Tom Brady believes he can lead the Buccaneers to another Super Bowl victory. Tampa. Tom Brady typically compares an NFL season to running a marathon, a tough endurance contest that can result in more tiredness than exhilaration. Consider being 45 years old, battling against runners half your age, approaching the finishing chute, shoulders sunk, physically exhausted. If you compare it to running a marathon and everything is perfect, it's a difficult race, said Clyde Christensen, Brady's quarterback's coach for the previous 3 seasons with the Bucs. Now you start putting on a weight belt. Then you add a couple weights to the belt and the next thing you know, those 26 miles are not just a challenging race, they're terrible. Playing quarterback in the NFL, especially if you're Tom Brady, is a long, long race, and now you have to wear a weight vest, a weight belt, and some weighted shoes. Hey, carry this, someone says at the 15-mile point. That's how I'd characterize it. He's not your typical man. When he walks out there, everyone expects him to perform well week after week. With all that happened this year, it was an incredible burden and accomplishment to win the division. Of course, the stress was both personal and professional. Brady missed a week of training camp while working through his divorce from Gisele Bündchen, his wife of 13 years. He lost roughly 20 pounds. On the second day of camp, he lost starting center Ryan Jensen to a knee injury. You genuinely start being weighted down with some personal problems that are difficult and full-time, Christensen explained. I believe that year will be different from the others. Nobody knows what that includes, but I know it'll be a difficult job if everything goes as planned. It's a difficult job when everything is going smoothly around you. All of a sudden, you have that, and you lose your center on the practice of the season. You then have folks come in and out of the lineup. I believe it was a one-of-a-kind, and we simply never played good enough, which always falls on the quarterback. Nobody will comprehend the pressure on the quarterback or the face of the team. Putting aside his age and personal issues, Brady was asked to do more offensive heavy lifting than at any other point in his spectacular 23-year career. Despite facing the league's worst rushing attack, which averaged less than 80 yards per game, he had a career-high 733 passing attempts and 490 completions, leading the league in both categories for the second consecutive season. Would you like to apply pressure to your quarterback? You don't run the ball well, Christensen observed. With Todd Bowles replacing Bruce Arians as head coach, the Buccaneers were supposed to play more complementary football and be more balanced on offense. Here's the thing. They wanted to run the ball, dominate the line of scrimmage, and play action pass, said former Buccaneers quarterback Chris Sims, who now works as an NFL analyst for NBC. But, aside from Week 1 and the game against the Seahawks in Germany, they haven't been able to run the ball and do that. As a result, the Buccaneers' offense, which averaged more than 30 points per game under Arians for 3 seasons, has dipped to only 18.4. By any measure, Brady had another exceptional season. He finished with 4,694 passing yards, 25 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. But it would be hard to remember a more difficult season. And despite the professional and personal strife, you can't convince him we're not going to win the Super Bowl, Christensen said.